Wi-Fi, and then the graphics card is a PNY version of the RTX 4060 with a pretty losery looking cooler on it, so it's quite a base model.
By 2v2s
let's take the back panel off and see what's going on
till 2 minutes. If we don't fight the match, we'll do 2v2s. मैं 80% पहुंच गया भाई diamond 3 from 50. But just getting those 4 kills in solos. Chain is too OP, man. अगर मैं full HP होता ना मैं 5-6
management is perfectly acceptable. Good job, Geek Squad person. And another nice touch is they saved us the peel. Oh yeah. So when it comes to first impressions, Mr. Geek Squad did a reasonable job. The main complaint is still that they massively overspec the system for a given use case. However, these were the cheapest components they had available, and for some reason ordering other ones wasn't an option. We also had to pay $400 for them to build. But with that, let's see how it runs.
3 minutes तक wait करते हैं मुझे लगता है मिल जाएगा 3 minutes.
Whoa, they really went to town installing crap on the system. There's like multiple versions of Bitdefender, and with the same logic as somebody wearing 2 condoms, we've got another Acronis antivirus on here. I'm very curious to see what this Geek Squad setup guide is. Oh yeah, I was telling you about this. These are the product keys for all the syphilis included in the membership we were forced to buy. So I guess it's nice to look at that. Oh, they even installed VLC, clearly trying real hard to justify that $20 a month subscription. But then I noticed something they forgot. No way. So they installed all of this crap on, but they forgot to do.
But I want to do the realistic suite. उसमें अच्छा होता है यार.
Auto-installed was almost a year old. So after all of that, they forgot to install the one important thing we're getting. So on the bright side, they didn't enable XMPs on the RAM, so that's better than most pre-built companies.
I have the map. I have that. I got it. And then I'll put that. Oh, never mind.
Oh, and in terms of SSD, we get quite a fancy 1TB drive, and the CPU is an i5-14600K, which, actually, I wonder if they updated the BIOS on this motherboard. They did not update the BIOS, which isn't necessarily a problem. The main recent stability issues with Intel chips seems to mainly affect like i9s and some i7s, so the CPU in here should be okay. Oh, and these are the settings that Mr. Geek Squad changed the BIOS to try and deal with the temperatures. They switched the boost profile from Asus's boost profile to the default Intel. Okay, so let's see if that's worked.
I wait कर जा तू इधर.
So I'm starting off with Doom Eternal at 1080p Ultra settings, and the system is crushing it, getting over 200 frames per second. I mean, it makes sense. It is a 4060. This is going to be a fast system. Wow, it's so smooth. This is a 240Hz monitor, so we're actually taking advantage of that extra frame rate, and so much of the smoothness. Now in terms of what the system's doing, the CPU doesn't have to do a huge amount to keep up with our graphics card, which does mean that our temperatures are pretty good. The graphics card is also doing okay, despite its tiny loser little cooler. The system has absolutely no problem running esports titles like CS2 at 1080p low settings. Of course, this is the case though, it's about as surprising as a dragonfly successfully murdering a thing. Now aside from esports titles, don't worry, we'll get to League of Legends, but with more demanding games like Cyberpunk here running at 1080p high settings, lots of frame rate. 90 frames per second is a lot. It feels very good and it looks great. As you can see from the frame time graph as well, it's smooth. You know, there's not much stuttering going on. And if we want some ray tracing action, here with ray tracing on medium, we just need to use a little bit of DLSS. We're currently using quality, and we're getting over 60 frames per second. So that option exists as well if you're interested in slightly different looking light. It looks very, very slightly different. And when The Last of Us was building in some shaders, we got a taste of what 100% and CPU load does to the temperatures. And the answer is the hell end of Venus. So for gaming, the temperatures are fine on the CPU, but for productivity, the temperatures are definitely not EPing. The Last of Us does run very well at 1080p high settings, with good frame rates and everything looking all fidelity. But that's not what we asked Best Buy for. We asked them for a system to run some League of Legends, so let's see how it handles that. Now as an adult, I don't really play League of Legends, so I have no idea who to pick, but I guess I'll go with the one that looks like a shadow.
मैं exceeded यार. थोड़ा सा exceed कर दिया बस, double कर दिया पर चलो.
Now in 1080p very high settings with the system making the bots
title डालता भाई final $7.5 unreal
and it seems like the system doesn't even realize there's a game.
You were
for sure this time no rage.
Wait, Nili doesn't even tell me when he starts, you know, streaming. Wait, I swear. Like yesterday we were commenting about something, okay, some things in our school, and everyone is looking at, oh Nico, you rank someone, नहीं. ये बताता ही नहीं यार, नल्ला क्यों नहीं बताता?
ये नल्ला बताऊं क्या देखता है इसके बीच में? ये नल्ला देखता है YouTube वीडियोस उस टट्टी की पीसी गाइड क्या नाम है इस चैनल का, उसकी क्या स्कैमर्स फॉर नूब्स क्या था वो? कल तू देख रहा था कुछ ऐसा ही नल्ला टेक स्टफ देख रहा था मैं. बेस्ट बाय अभी भाई नहीं देख रहा था, खत्म नहीं हुआ. मैं भी देख रहा था वो. But like तू अभी भी देखता है साले? अभी देख रहा था भाई, अभी हाँ देख रहा है तू, देख. अरे एक ही मॉनिटर है, मेरे को दूसरा मॉनिटर वापस लगाना पड़ेगा. दो भाई एनिमे कहाँ मर गया? एनिमे कहाँ मर गया यार? ये गेम चैनल में क्या मर रहा है? इसको बुलाओ भाई, इसको बुलाओ. ये ऐसे ही है, इसको बुलाओ भाई, क्लासेस को बुला.